Welcome to Luscher Farm. Luscher Farm is a very special place. Agricultural uses of some kind have been active on the farm for over 100 years. Luscher Farm is considered the most intact historic farm in Clackamas County. The farm is also home to a variety of sustainable gardening and farming programs. The Rogerson Clematis Garden, the Community Gardens, the Children's Garden, and the Community-Supported Agriculture. In 1866, Jesse and Nancy Bullock were pioneers that claimed the land that stretched between Rosemont Road and the Willamette River. Luscher is located at the junction of two old and important market roads, Rosemont and Stafford. They were used in the mid-1800s as routes to transport produce from the Stafford area to Portland and Oregon City. If these trails could talk, they might tell you some of the history of the farm. Joseph and Daisy Fletcher built the farm complex, including the Queen Anne house and the barn, in late 1800s, early 1900s. Some of the land was cultivated for crops and the rest supported dairy operations. In 1944, the farm was sold to Rudolph and Esther Luscher. They started the Rudester Dairy Farm, which operated until 1969. In 1991, the farm was purchased by the city of Lake Oswego, and in 1997, Luscher Farm Park opened to the public. The farmhouse stands at the head of the property, and the Rogerson Clematis Gardens surround the yard with over 1,900 individual clematis representing over 850 taxa, that is, distinct species or cultivated varieties. Started by Brewster Rogerson in 1971, the collection contains unique and exceptionally rare plants, as well as historic clematis and newest hybrids. Surrounding the house is the heirloom garden showcasing antique roses plus shrubs and perennial flowers that would have been available to Oregon gardeners around 1900. Around to the west of the house are other gardens such as the Founders, the Beginners, Baltic Border, the Polish Beds, the Hedges, Antipodes Gardens, and a state-of-the-art greenhouse to emphasize social gatherings and educational opportunities. Located at the back of the farmhouse lives a 120-year-old copper beech tree standing as a connection to the past. This garden area is designated as a backyard habitat, planted with berries, flowers, and woodland plants that attract songbirds. It's a perfect place to gather and picnic. As we venture into the area of community gardens, we find three main areas of the gardens: the west, the north, and the demonstration areas. The community garden program began in the 1980s when Rudy offered some of his friends a place to grow vegetables. A gardener is now given a 20 by 20 plot, water and tool access, plant starts, seeds, and helpful advice from the program coordinator. Each garden comes with the responsibility of taking care of surrounding pathways and volunteering 4 hours annually to help out around the farm. The cost is about $100 per year for a plot. Some of the plots are designated as adopt-a-plots, and these gardeners give back by gardening specific vegetables and fruits to donate to the Adult Community Center for Meals on Wheels and congregate meal programs. Scarecrows are created by the Lake Oswego Garden Club and have traditionally guarded the plots from June through October. The Scarecrows are fashionable garden sentinels that have graced the gardens for over 15 years. What if you don't have the time to garden, but you still desire locally farmed, fresh, organic vegetables? CSA just might fit into your lifestyle. The Luscher Farm Community-Supported Agriculture Program is available year-round and is for those who believe in the importance of local, sustainable practices for healthy food production. Inside the historic barn, some space is used for the CSA farmers to dry and organize produce for pickup. Produce pickup takes place in the barn milking parlor. Occasionally, the milking parlor is scheduled for special farm celebrations that include delicious meals and a great band to liven up the party. Exposure to nature and the land start early with activities such as Garden Baby Story Time. The children's garden space includes a pollinator garden and areas to grow herbs, flowers, and vegetables for kids' camps and cooking classes. Field trip seasons of fall and spring bring groups of teachers, parents, and kids to the farm. What trip to the farm would be complete without visiting farm animals? Donkeys, goats, worms, and of course, the resident chickens delight kids of all ages. Down at the end of the garden sits a favorite climbing structure, Rudy's old tractor. The Farm to School program was developed in partnership with Lake Oswego High School students. The small greenhouse is perfect for starting plants used in the gardens. High schoolers learn about food production and sell their produce at farmers market, football game produce stands, and school cafeterias for use at lunchtime. The Howl at the Moon adventure race takes place in the heat of August on the beautiful trails of Luscher Farm. There are between 16 to 18 obstacles, and this event is a popular annual tradition for those who like to get muddy and enjoy physical challenges. The most popular element of the race is the 200-foot-long water slide, and it is slippery. Hot summer days eventually start to chill, and winter snow reminds us of days gone by. The snow gives us a view of Cook's Butte as it once was. Looking at gardens sleeping in a white blanket and dreaming again of the bountiful gardens soon give way to spring and summer activities again. Activities of the past, like farming and gardening, are timeless. The use of Luscher Farm property as a park and presenting adventure races wouldn't have happened 30 years ago. Today, Luscher Farm Park is a historical farm site with a working farm, community gardens, botanical gardens, and an urban agricultural education site. The farm honors the past, celebrates the present, and imagines the future for generations to come with the hopes of continuing farming and gardening traditions.